prefer to use the laws that they build, and Liberians sit out there and say,
What a pleasant and wonderful way to welcome you to another and fascinating edition of the program. Talk about it. Talk about it comes away Monday to Friday, beginning at 7 to 10 o'clock. Today happens to be the 24th day of March. Yeah. It is good to have you watching and listening as well to the Monday edition of the program. Talk about it with me, Otis Sanka. I'm going to be sitting in the hot chair this morning. And propounding the issues as it relates to the growth and development of Mama Liberia. Please be my guest straight up until 10 this morning. Let's do it together. Let's do it together like always. Sitting in for Israel Bro, we are here, my boss and your regular host and presenter of the program on this wonderful Monday morning. My name is Otis, the Marshmallow Saka. I'm going to be with you in a hot seat, propounding the issues as it relates to the growth and development of Mama Liberia. Be my guest. Let me take a gist of the theme song. When I return, we start to talk, nothing else but about Liberia. Welcome back. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back, my people. Welcome back, fellow Liberians. Welcome back, people from the diaspora. And always following the program. It's good to have all of you listening, always following this broadcast religiously. It is because of you we are here. It is because of you we commit ourselves to doing this. Not because we want to do it, but because there are people who need to get the information, the education, and for the transformation of our country, Liberia. So today, I'm up in the building, and I will be presenting the program on behalf of my boss and the regular presenter of the show, Israel Bro, we are here, who is unable to be here some other engagement. And it's good to be here this morning, fellow Liberians. And it is a privilege. It is a privilege that I'm alive this morning, that you also are alive, and you have the opportunity to follow us on the program this morning. So Liberia is all we here for. This is where we were born. And for me, I would die here. I would travel to other countries if the opportunity is provided. I would travel to other countries, but I can't forget about Liberia. And sometimes I just feel attached to Liberia to the extent that I see no reason of going in other country so easily. Maybe if I go into other country, maybe it will be for maybe some other reason, like maybe visit, some other reason, but not to go and permanently stay there like other people do. I'm saying about, but for me, that's what I'm saying. So don't say, oh, they can't say good to leave a country. No. For me, I just see it that there's no reason, because I think I can do everything in Liberia. I think if the environment is provided, I think you can do everything in Liberia and enjoy Liberia like other country. Like enjoy Liberia like America. Enjoy Liberia like London or other countries in Europe. Not need of going there to do a permanent or have a permanent stay and do I think it's just something that we can consider. We can consider. Okay, having said that, let me say happy birthday to my brother. He's my cousin. He's Carlo Pizarro. He's in the US. He celebrated his birthday on today. And Facebook just told me that. I'd like to say happy birthday to you, brother. And all of those celebrating their birthday on today, I'd like to say happy birthday to all of you. And the good thing is my birth month is next month, April. Yeah, next month, come on, it's my birth month. And you know, I'm so glad to be alive. And I'm hoping that all goes well and I get the strength to celebrate that day. It's another milestone. Milestone is not in any way mean everything is okay, but I'm glad I'm alive and I'm about to celebrate another birthday. So the next month is my birth month. So all of you got to put your little thing together and start getting ready for my birth month. Yeah, start getting ready for it. Let me welcome some of our live follower, those who are following live on the program this morning. We have Adama Conan. Adama Conan said he's watching from Butor, Sano County. Venetius Jiamba from Nikutan, always following. Agatha Glasgow is following us from Tinkers Village. And Edward Coleris, he said, I'm following you from Mount Barclay Community District number 2. Fatu Conan is also watching. Thanks so much, Fatu Conan, for watching from Kakata, Mangibi County. We have Bapi Paul Lee. So I'm watching you from Johnsonville. Thanks so much, Bapi Paul Lee. It's good to have you following. Sarah Tule say I'm April born too. Okay, Sarah. So we April Born Association. Yeah. So we gotta come together to do the thing in unique, unique way. So Sarah, don't worry. Next month, we celebrating from the 1st of April straight to the 30th or the 31st. Yeah. And Branel Habaku said, "Good morning. I'm watching you from the Ivory Coast. Thanks so much." Taboo. Oh yeah, Taboo. I heard about Taboo. I think I'll go. I think I passed there before, but I thought I was a little boy. Yeah, Taboo. I heard about that. Taboo. Okay, thanks so much, Branel Habaku from the Ivory Coast. Taboo. So welcome, Liberians. Welcome, folks. Welcome our ardent followers, those who always make it their duty to always follow us. The comments keep coming. Mark Goat say, I'm watching you from Harper, Maryland County. And William Wulu say, good morning, my brother. Liberian Civil Rights Movement official spokesperson, and he from Upper Caldwell. My man, myself live in Upper Caldwell too. I want to see you one of the days. Yeah. Sylvester Sandy Carter say, I'm following from Carter Avenue in Nima County, the Nima Embassy in District 2, Mangibi County. Oh, okay. They got Nima Embassy there, bro. And then Fit Kelvin Barbie said, I'm watching you from Red Light. Thanks so much. Let's go. Let's see. Too many things happening in Liberia. Yeah, too many things happening in Liberia. And let me tell you something. Some of us, we sign off to this profession not because we want to get riches. I know. Everybody will want to achieve, to get something from what he or she sign off to. That means your career. Yeah, people goes into a specific field so that they can be able to earn something for they and their family. Yeah. So don't get me wrong. That. Yeah. Thank you so much, Washington. A pre-birthday, my man. Next month. So thanks so much, Washington from Brazil. So everybody goes into a specific field to get something, to benefit his or her family. Yeah, that's why we go into a specific field, fellow Liberian. But again, some of us sign up to this profession to get something. Don't get me wrong, for ourselves and our family, but not to enrich ourselves at the detriment of the people who we're supposed to stand for. Yeah, not to enrich ourselves at the detriment of the people who we're supposed to stand for. Mind you, now we are the watchdog of society. Yeah, as a journalist, as a media professional, you are the watchdog of society. So, being a watchdog, you cannot be leeching You cannot be doing things that will be detrimental to the people who you are watching over, or who you should be watching over. That's not why we are here for. So look, I have worked to several media institutions. I mean, broadcast media institution, and most of my colleagues will admit that Otis, with all his what you think has controversial, he's always maintained. He's always one person who always doing what he's up to do when it comes to his job. No, I mean, I like to do what I like to do, and I will now do it at the detriment of the people who are supposed to watch over. So we sign off to this because we think that is our calling, and by virtue of fact, as it is our calling, we should also be able to educate and inform you with the right information that will help transform our country. Some of our colleagues are more, they think they are more professional than us. Some of them carry themselves in that form and manner. No disrespect to them though. But again, our focus is not for the detriment or at the detriment of the ordinary Liberians. Our focus is to see Liberia transform. That's why we always align ourselves. That's why we always connect ourselves to people who we see have the vision to transform Liberia. Oh, you think I'll be in the middle? When they count the left now, holy. When they count the right now, holy. Then I say I'm a professional journalist. Then I'm doing it at the detriment of Liberian. When John, John, a politician who want to do something that is detrimental, or who is carrying on an act that is detrimental to the growth and survivability of the ordinary Liberian, then I go and take it from John. When Paul, who doing something else, who is a politician also, who is doing something that is not in the interest of my country, then I go and hold it for another person. Then I stay in the middle and pretend I'm so professional, and my job call for being professional, being neutral. But undercover, I'm doing deeds. But these are the way we go about doing the profession nowadays. Most of you do things undercover. Most of you who claim to be professional. For me, I take the editorial policy of King's FM. I show my side. I support George Weah because I feel George Weah have what it takes. Even if not 100%, he have what it takes to transform Liberia. He did that out of politics, which attracted me to him. He did that out of politics. So I think with the failed leadership over and over and again, that even brought war, untold civil war on the Liberian people, I think George Weah is the best option. And when it comes to surviving this country, when it comes to putting this country on another path that will see other countries, or that can be compared to other countries around Africa and the world at large. I think George Weah is that person. That's why I align myself with George Weah, because I believe that George Weah have what it takes to transform this country. If it is not 100%, but I think it is fairly. Yeah, it is fairly, the right thing to do, or it is fairly the right person to take that will transform this country for the better. So I align myself with him. Unlike some of you who will be in the middle, but go undercover and take things from greedy politicians at the detriment of the ordinary people that you should be watchdog over. So you can easily tell anybody that just in your own King's FM talking for George Weah, and I can defend that. I think my side is known. Unlike you, who's higher side and pretend to be professional, but you are not professional. You are doing deeds on the cover. You don't know who we should be looking at. You don't know the Liberian people should be frowning on. because you pretend to be professional, but you are not professional. On uncover, you are doing daily deeds at the detriment of the people who you should be watched over. So I hear them wanting to talk more about why you, the politician, greedy politician, failed to do the reason, and that is the reason why the Liberian people went for George Weah and brought him to the presidency and make him president. In 6 years under his administration, we can see changes. And that alone gave all the strength, gave all the audacity to continue to propagate the message of George Weah over those greedy and savage people who call themselves rescuers. I hear this morning again, fellow Liberians, for that. I know many of you will not like it, but I mean, it is just the truth. And we are here to educate our Liberian people, and we will do it with no fear or favor. Look, since 1847, Liberians have been facing the issue of leadership. I say since 1847 because that is the time Liberia started, when we get our independence. And the leadership at that time was something where, predominantly the American Liberians. Until Torbo and Samuel Kanyado time when the conflict erupted. And I listened to the late Bishop Michael Pakala Fancy in one of his interview. He said, the American Liberians feel superior to that of the indigenous. And that's one of the major reasons why the conflict came into our country, Liberia. So we have been facing the issue of leadership. And we have tried politicians. And those people are people who are seasoned, who went to political school, who went to all of the school and obtained all of the degrees, but were unable or are unable to deliver Liberia for the better. Yes, those politicians are people who obtain political degree in political science, degree in public administration, degree in the other one, degree in the other discipline, but they are unable to develop Liberia for the better. They are unable to make the environment comfortable for their citizens. And they are continuing to ravage insecurity, greediness, unequitable distribution of the country's national wealth. And has brought total disagreement, total dissatisfaction among Liberians, politicians. If you ask me, Toba one of the best and most sensible presidents in Liberia, but because of greed again, well, they took Toba for that. And since then, start seeing what Liberia have been going through. So George Weah came to the presidency because politicians have failed Liberians. Those who took all of their life, all of their time doing politics. The Liberian people get the opportunity, they are unable to deliver. That's why the Liberian people went for George Weah for the 4V. Because while George Weah did outside of politics was much more convincing than those who the Liberian people paid their own money, pay their own money to give them salary, give them decent life, and they were unable to give the Liberian people better life in return. So the people say, but wait now. Somebody who go use their own strength and sweat, break his knee, and got injured, were able to impact us. Now our country money, he took his own money to impact us. But people who were taking our country money, giving it, paying it, doing other things for them, they are unable to give her the kind of life that the men who playing football are able to give her. So what the essence we can bring a man to the politics? What the men who can bring to the presidency? That's how the people brought George Weah. Because politicians, those who say they know it all, have failed all over and over and again. Check the record around here. Check the history about politicians here. You think when Liberia was a very serious country, people then George Weah are going to venture into politics? DJ Blue then, other people who from other discipline will venture into politics? But because we don't have serious politicians here. That's why I just look at, because they rely on the gullibility of this country and the ignorance of the Liberian people and see that they are better. Look, if you sit on top Monrovia and look, you will see that the politicians continue to rely on your gullibility, on your ignorance. They have been leeching. That's how they have been surviving from time immemorial. To change the dynamic is very hard. But we are here. That's why God gave us the opportunity to be alive. And we are in a generation to push the logic so that you out there can have the opportunity to know the right from the wrong and be able to read between the lines and make the right decision. So we are going to continue to demonstrate leadership, even out of politics. Before politics, into politics, and out of politics, he's still demonstrating leadership. We told you people, this is what I want to say. This is my point. We told you people that Joseph Boakai, the president of the Republic of Liberia, is unable to steer the affairs of this country. Initially, during the 2003 elections, we told you people, if we want to change Joe, Joseph Boakai was not the option. Look, Joseph Boakai was not the option because Joseph Boakai, he's not fully prepared. He was just dusted, rebranded, and placed on top of the specific place, or seat, and they market him because they feel that the Liberian people are gullible and they rely on your ignorance. That's how they brought Joseph Boakai. But check the history of Joseph Boakai. Look, after Manasali's administration to George Weah, we were supposed to continue on the trajectory of productivities. Now retrogression. Productivities, that means new ideas, new breed of leaders with new ideas. But we went further, a little further, then we come back again. Look at what is happening around us. Look at what is happening around us for the Liberians. Of recent, the issue of the rule of law, the issue of the total breakdown of our governance system is the order of the day in this country. With the people who claim to have 42 years and all of their experience and they are experts when it comes to governance. Then you sit there and say Liberia is getting better because you are getting taxpayer money in your pocket. It is the order of the day. So don't your stomach full. Liberia means so don't your stomach full and his children's stomach full and get some money in your pocket. I mean, everybody around the country stomach full. He doesn't care. That's how Liberian men think. Especially the one who feels that they know it all. That's how they think. The issue of the rule of law. Look, no country that want to progress, especially after 14 years or 7 years of civil conflict, no country that will want to prosper will be treading on this kind of path Liberia is on right now, under the leadership of Joseph Boakai. No country, no serious country will be treading on a kind of path like Joseph Boakai is treading on. this government. Then you say you can Joseph Barker that rescue. You say United Party can rescue. Because before a country prosper, the issue of the rule of law should be in place. Upholding of the rule of law should be in place. If people feel dissatisfied in a particular area or particular town, particular village, that town is not at peace. We're more about a whole state, a whole country like Liberia, where we get our political ideology are different. Check around you. The total breakdown of the rule of law is the order of the day in this country since Joseph Barker became president. And the other reason, fellow Liberian, the other reason we are staying where we are today, we're not like other countries there, and is because we should tell God, thank you, we have a major opposition leader. A major opposition leader in person of George Weah, who is peaceful, who doesn't care about power, who doesn't feel that it is his God-given right to stick or fight for political power. That's the only reason, yeah. If it was the other way around, that the major opposition leader or incumbent president is power greed, the other politicians around Africa and even in the one getting in Liberia here, the greedy want it. By the time they want Joseph Barker doing under his leadership, where the total breakdown of rule of law is in order of the day, we're in different thing. That different play we are. Then the main leadership is going against the rule of law to the extent that the people who even brought him to power, they are acknowledging it. It is clear that Joseph Barker continues to break the rule of law. And he feels comfortable with it because they know that George Weah is somebody who doesn't care, about the kind of political chicaneries. Yeah, he doesn't care. He doesn't feel that he's attached to the presidency, that without the presidency he cannot survive. Like some of them around here, they feel that outside of the presidency, they can no longer survive. So they always fight. They always do all they can to obtain or maintain power. That total grip of power, that is their focus. Because with the exception of power, they can survive. From the time they graduated from the time the mother born them, the school they attended, that the government money they use. All of the job they did in their life, that government job, from one government job to another government job, they have never survived out of government job. So these people feel that outside of government they cannot survive. So as long as you put them outside of government, no, it's just like you take fish from the water. They will do all they can to survive. These are the kind of desperate set of people we have. That is why Liberia went down to 14 years of civil war. Because we have total greedy politicians. The only reason we are surviving nowadays, you're able to carry a market to rail to sell your rail, and then Shushan ball, they Yana girls, Yana boys, able to sell today, is because George Weah is now a greedy politician. If George Weah was a greedy politician like some of them around here, by the time we different place, we in different thing. Oh, you don't know what I'm saying? George Weah didn't lead to power. George Weah announced Joseph Barker as the winner of the 2023 election prior to the National Election Commission announcing Joseph Barker. If George Weah was power greed, when he was power drunk, like some of them around here, with the military on his side, the police on his side, and he's the sitting president with the slim, how do you call it, slim margin that brought Joseph Barker to power. The election that they manipulated. Joe we are committing and say, and I'm moving from here. I already get a military by my side, I'll get an instruction. It all happened in other countries around Africa here. But George Weah left the presidency with the slim margin and announced Joseph Boakai considered defeat prior to the National Election Commission announcing the final result. It shows that he doesn't care that the presidency belongs to him. He doesn't care that without the presidency, I will not survive. Like some of them they are doing right now. So you think George Weah are going to be a hostile leader, somebody who greedy, who want to grab on power? You think by this time you're going to be selling your goods and services and running Liberia going to be to where it is at the moment? No. So we are where we are because we have a major opposition leader who believes that peace should reign, who believes that the order of the day should be peaceful, because everyone will not have the opportunity to live the kind of lifestyle the politicians or other big people are living. The survivability rely on the peaceful atmosphere, the peaceful nature of this country. That's how the survivability comes about. So there are some people who they have to sell their real oil to raise money so they can buy rest. If you bring war or you make the environment toxic, and those people will not be able to survive. Then hunger will be the order of the day. So with that nature, with that understanding, with the love, the belief of the ordinary people, George Weah said, no, take the power. Even though the margin is slim, and there's report that you guys manipulated the election, but why will it profit me when I lead to power at the detriment of the people out there? For me, I'll be able to find food to eat. Some of you will be able to find food to eat. But what about the people who are in West Point, who are in Nikutan, who are in Gibraltar, who take their coal plastic to sell to the market before they can be able to provide for themselves? What becomes of them? Look, that is a clear indication that George Weah is one of the major reasons we are enjoying peace today. George Weah is one of the major reasons Joseph Boakai is present today, and he's riding freely and doing things that is not in the confines of the law. The George Weah, a desperate politician, the total breakdown of the rule of law under Joseph Boakai. You think we're going to be sitting out here with the kind of influence George Weah command? You think George Weah is not seeing it? In fact, they even went to the extent of disrespecting George Weah. Some of them are around calling George Weah a common citizen, and which of course he agrees he's a common citizen. He came from Gibraltar. Gibraltar is where people of good nature comes from. But their intent for the country is clear. They don't look down on people. Gibraltar is where somebody comes from and conquer the world, that they are recognized across the world globally. If George Weah arrives in other country, he will be recognized. George Weah is recognized. But he's from Gibraltar. He's an ordinary man. So you see, and to act insult to injury, Joseph Boakai came to power now. He continues to disrespect the rule of law. And no serious country who want to progress, who say they want people to come invest, will be disrespecting the rule of law. Because they are cognizant of the disrespect of the rule of law, that's why they get security all around the holding gun. All around. Look, the visibility of security personnel across the country now, it shows that the people intent is not clear. You took something from somebody forcefully, and you know that person will come back in return to come and collect their thing. So you will not sleep, you will not have a good night's sleep. You will always be vigilant, your eye will always be open. You're always providing that kind of maximum because you know that the way you took it was not clear. That person was not satisfied. So you know that person will come back. They will come after you. That's how Joseph Boakai come running. You see the issue of police brutality, the issue of total breakdown. You see what happening in our country. You see it. Where in this world Somebody with 42 years experience will come to the presidency and everything under him continues to collapse. And it's not by mistake, it is intentional. The issue of the tenure position. You think Joseph Barker never knew about the issue of the tenure position? It was crafted under his regime as vice president to Manan Salif. He's aware of it. But because of desperation and greediness, Joseph Barker turned his eyes on the issue of the tenure position because he wanted to give political reward to some of his confidants. The issue of the Supreme Court order on the same tenure position. Barker knows that. And because he feels society is gullible. And he, at least now, he's gripped to power, and he believed that doing this will be, giving him political might. And people around him, some of those confidants of his will be people who will be like, in return, they will be able to be strong and will be able to counter or position themselves as we draw closer to 2029. But the Liberian people are watching. They are seeing what you guys are doing. And they will learn and they will know the kind of decision to make in 2029. Check in the marketplaces. Check in the various communities. Get the response from the people. And you will get to know that the people are aware of the chicanery. And the people are aware that they made a mistake. You were not a change. You were not a change. Let's listen to this. Let's listen to this.
President legal advisor, let know what kind of legal advisor we need to deal with this president legal advisor. Let know what kind of legal advice he gave the president. The legal plumbers coming on the marshal. The legal plumber. Therefore, I'm not calling the error any longer. 1 year, the legal plumber.
So this is Senator Darius Dillon, one of the ardent supporters of Joseph Barker, who believes that Joseph Barker was the rescuer, was the man sent above for you, the Liberian people. This is the people who campaigned for Joseph Barker. He already damaged himself. But we will play some of their voices, some of their confessions. Look, these are confessions. And we will play these confessions so that it can validate our argument. It can vindicate us. Some of us who believe in the growth and development of this country, who believe in align with President George Weah because he's the best person to put the country on the right trajectory. So they are confessing. If you follow the Spoon Network, one of the lead propagandists of the rescue mission back then, continue to unveil some of the mismanagement of this leadership. How they continue to mismanage Liberia after bragging about his experience. Another person, a few months back, the same Senator Dillon was on one of the radio stations in Monrovia apologizing to President George Weah and about the issue of flying private jet. The same Dillon, he said Liberia economy was in the toilet. Why George Weah flying private jet? And I know a Liberia economy now move from the toilet now. And I know where it is now. But if you check around, the issue of prices continue to escalate. People barely found food to eat. People are still going to bed hungry. These are the messages they was preaching. In fact, people used to find 1 square meal a day. Nowadays, some people are not even getting one at all. This is the same Dillon man who was running around here, running campaign that George Weah put the economy of Liberia in toilet. He was flying private jet. He came here, apologized. Now he come back again. And this time around, it is about the rule of law. Listen to Dillon, fellow Liberian.
We need to deal with this president legal advisor. Let him know what kind of legal advice he giving the president. The legal blunders coming out of the mouth.
He's saying, "A not mistake again." Eh? Let get it clear.
The legal blunder. Therefore, I'm not calling it error any longer.
Okay. He said they were in an error because they get mistake, error. To err is human. We human beings, we are subject to mistake. But they wanna, according to Senator Dillon, one of the rescue guru, one of the rescue giant, he said they wanna it's not error, it's not legal error now. They want a legal blunder. It continues to permeate in the corridor of the Liberian body politics, where in the total breakdown of the rule of law is the order of the day. So who is advising the president legally? They need to call the president legal advisor. Who really advising the president? They may already get 42 years experience. Then he gets somebody who is a legal advisor who know Samuel Kofi, one of the men who purporting himself to be a human rights man. Yeah, that no, these are the people who are carrying the country downward at the detriment of the ordinary people, because they believe that you guys are ignorant. They believe that you are gullible, and they have never survived out of government. So when John Weah says, yeah, they were like they took them from in the water, fish out of the water. They were drowning. Samuel Kofi Wood. These are the desperate kind of people there who are in their wolf in sheep clothing. So the law is saying, who is the legal advisor to the president? We need to call a legal advisor to the president, because there's no more, it's not legal mistake they are making now. They are making legal blunder. That means they are repeatedly doing the blunder. When you do one mistake, two that mistake, but not 3, 4, 5, 6, continuously. Look, the total breakdown of rule of law. That's why you see police all around the street, because the people themselves, they are not secure. Their decision they are taking, it is detrimental. So they feel that people is after them. So because of that, they're putting police all around. Any street corner you go to police, security like carrying gun. The EPS instructing people not to, giving people instruction not to do the one, not to do that one. Look. President Banga say, command that love, that popularity. So he's a fair. You not see the main public gathering on like George Weah used to do. Look, if the state is safe, the community will become their own security. If the country is safe, the environment, the people within the environment will be their own security. What do that mean? They will be able to elect the police on some of the unscrupulous actions that they notice within their community. But the very people who should be electing the police are the people who you're going after. That are the people who you're going after. That are the people who you are marginalizing. How will the people relate with you? How will the community policing work? Because you are going after the very people. So you are feeling insecure because your decision towards the people who you're supposed to be aligned with, who you're supposed to be in good rapport with, you are not in rapport with them because of your decision. And some of the decisions are political decisions at the detriment of the very people who you come to rescue. Then listen to Dillon for the move, fellow Liberian.
1 year, the legal blunder coming out of the mansion. But the president
yeah, the legal blunder coming out of the mansion. The legal blunder, and I'm mistaken again. Why you come and take people from tenure position? You say you suspending. It almost 1 year, a 1 year plus now. Your suspension, your investigation, there's no result from LIA. Why you suspend the people? You brought acting commissioners, or you put people who to be acting. Up to now, 1 year counting now. You shut other people to investigation. What the outcome of investigation? Why are the people who are still? Why are the people who you put there who are acting? Why are they still doing that? So it's a legal blunder. You take another. You break the rule of law you forcing somebody on the people. You say the person that speaker. That man passing all around. He won't gain legitimacy. The other time he went to JFK, he saying go break down. He permit JFK $20 million. All that thing I just show way to gain legitimacy. But I'll come to that. Let's finish with the long statement.
I hear people say, only the Minister of Justice can disagree with the President and leave it blanket. It's not just true like that. The law clear. The Minister of Justice cannot disagree with the President on policy issues and political issues. The Minister of Justice can disagree with the President publicly on the issues of the law. It's not just blanket. Why is the wisdom?
The Minister of Justice can disagree with the President on the issue of the law. Because as the Minister of Justice, you are the Attorney General of the Republic of Liberia. You understand the law. You know how the law runs. You know how to handle the legal aspect of the governance system. So you should know. If the person is going against the law, you should be able to call the President and say, Mr. President, Madam President, this is what you are doing. It is against the law of this country. Because the President, though he's the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Liberia, he's the first man in command, but he's sworn to uphold and defend the Constitution, which is bigger than every one of us in this country, this Constitution. The President swear, say he will uphold and defend the Constitution of Liberia. That means all of the laws should be defended. It should not be breached by either the President or any other person. So as the Attorney General of the Republic of Liberia, the Justice Minister, you are obligated to call the President and attention on some of those legal standing. So, Mr. President, with all due respect, the other one you're doing, and that even makes sense. But when the Supreme Court said ultra virus, one other paper where another greedy man, and the pen sound like to hear, but another greedy paper where their only focus is about government job because that's how they survive. Their only focus on government job, that's how they survive. That he the one after Supreme Court said the action of the majority and minority bloc of the House of Representatives were ultra vira, especially the majority bloc was ultra vira. He came up as Attorney General, somebody who should be defending, who should be calling the President attention, giving the President legal advice on how to proceed when it comes to legal issues. He came and said, he made his own justification on the statement of the Supreme Court. He interpreted it in his own way. The kind of people made our country to where it is because of their greediness. Because they just feel that they are entitled to it. If you just be able to. No, the people are not thinking about you and myself. They are not thinking about the growth and development of this country. Their interest is not seeing a new Liberia. It's not seeing a sophisticated Liberia. Liberia where the young people who are in majority will have the opportunity to explore their talent. They are not seeing it that way. They are seeing it on political side. The way that where they will be able to benefit. The side that will benefit them, the decision that will benefit them, that the kind of decision they are taking. And it is at the detriment of the people who they are leading. They are not even leading, they are ruling, because leaders are people who lead by example, who ask people for their views, who consider criticism, who consider new ideas. But the particular administration, they are rulers, they are set of greedy rulers. Rulers are people who say, look, you don't stand up, and you will not stand up. You sit down, you will sit down. These are the kind of people that are running this country. So, Dillon is saying this. Dillon is one of the rescuers. Dillon is one of the rescuers.
About that, because it is assumed that not every president or no president may have the legal knowledge. An example,
okay, not every president or no president will have all of the legal knowledge. So that's why, as a justice minister, and the president also have legal advisor. So the legal advisor may be somebody personal. The legal advisor will be somebody personal. He will want to take some decision. He will want to take some decisions that will be in his own interest or his boss man's interest. So we cannot heavily rely on the legal advisor to the president. because there'll be some quote unquote interest. But you as the Attorney General, you should be able to, because Attorney General, somebody who understands the legal proceeding, you should be able to give the person your candid and independent opinion. Calling the president attention to some of the legal missteps that he is taking. But you're not there. You're not thinking on that way. Your focus is how to get a salary and get money where you're not even supposed to get, where it's not intended for you, and behave like God said you want to enjoy, at the detriment of people who is supposed to be, guarding, who the law is supposed to be, guarding. Some of the legal missteps you are taking, it is going against the very people who is supposed to be guarding. You don't care. That's what Dylan is saying. The president, Joseph Barker, became president. Joseph Barker took all the people from tenure position. And he was there when the law was interacted. Not John Weir brought the law. That Joseph Barker, when he was vice president for 12 years, they don't want to brought that law. When he came, he took all the people from them. The reason he took them from there because there were people who political confidant, who he wanted to reward the job with. Some of them wrote their job they wanted. And to get the people off the job, he got to find all kind of means. In fact, when he first took the people from there, the people went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court ruined their favor. The Supreme Court said it's not the right way. Barker, to solidify his political sycophants, he came back with suspension and subsequently asking the GSC to order those people. In 1 year's counting now, up to this time, those people who were suspended and the outcome of the GSC report, we are yet to hear anything about it. Barker don't care. The only thing Barker wanted for to move the people from there and put the people who he wanted to put there. So he not care. The matter running the place, they're like the Barker farm. The how he running the Jedi he farm. And he want to run it the way he want to run it because I inherited the how he running the country. Because if what Barker did to remove those people from those tenure positions was sincere, by this time the audit report, because he asked the GSC to audit those, to do an audit on those people. By this time the audit report should be out. And then if the people are found culpable, they should be prosecuted. Look at what happened to the Central Bank of Liberia. Alonso Talu was removed illegally. He went to the court. At the end of the day, they got to manipulate it somehow where at the end of the day, Barker government gave Alonso Talu over $300,000 plus United States dollars as settlement benefit to move on the job, so that Barker can bring Samoa there. And Samoa, he's the former bank president of RB Bank. And Barker was on recording that he used to take loan from RB Bank because his Samoa was there. He wanted to give Barker the loan. So now Barker became president now. Barker want to pay Samoa back the how he brought Samoa to Central Bank and move Talu from there. And Talu telling the court, they know that they couldn't find they couldn't find nothing against Talu. What they did, they gave Talu $300,000 United States dollars plus to settle and say, my man, just leave the job. Go. That's how Talu left the job. Even though there was corruption issue surrounding Talu removal or Talu stay tenure at the Central Bank, but they closed blind eye on it because Barker's major concern was to get Samoa, his cousin, who used to give him a loan from RB Bank to get him a job. So for the fact that someone got a job now, Barker don't care. Barker just asking for some money, $300,000 plus, and give it. He care. And I'm Barker pocket money. Where they got the money from? It is the money that's supposed to be used at the various schools, private hospitals, for drugs to be there. You said the man stole. The man tenure at the Central Bank of Liberia were financial malpractices. GSC brought report against the man. Okay. The report out. Now, who are the man responsible now? Get the man to court with the evidence you gather, with the report you get, get the man to court and prosecute the man. You left it, you get the man money. After the man was accused, the audit was done and the report came out that the man was found in financial malpractices. You tell him, get the man money again for the man to go. Only because your focus was to reward someone who had been your right hand man from the time you were on loan, who should get a little loan. You see how Barker running the country? You see the kind of country we find ourselves in? The papa running the country just like he running a farm. The man left one year, they come Friday again. Yeah, he just left the country. He said he go on private visit. When John Weah used to leave that bureau, and he used to be talking about thing. How John Weah leave the country, John Weah go to the place, he go see Jackie appear, the other. So back at the president now, he lives in the country. He that know about governance for 42 years now. Why he didn't tell you the reason he left Liberia, but they say a private visit. The private visit he going on, they say he pocket money he using to go on a private visit, because when you're doing private visit now, you must use your private money. He using taxpayer money, so he should answer questions to some of the travels he's making, or he has been making over the time past. The man became president and started traveling all around here. All the travel back did what they said. And 3 billion were coming for him to open refinery in Grand Bassa. They come and open the whole free place. They come and take everybody from there. You can learn and farm. You can see it happening here. All the travels back at me. Why did he brought back? No, the man was just going eating chicken and telling his friend and his colleagues that the man was just exploring. He's glad he was president. He turned to president and he was just exploring, making new connections. Nothing he brought back in return. That's what Dillon is saying here. Total breakdown of the rule of law, fellow Liberians. Total breakdown of the rule of law. Who is advising the president? Where is the president legal advisor? Where is the attorney general? Where is the justice minister? What are they doing that we see in the total breakdown of the rule of law? That continue with Dillon.
He said he was president, and she said prostitution is not a crime in Liberia. President Joseph Morris said he was president, and she said president or no president may have the legal knowledge. An example, Eddie Johnson said he was president, and she said prostitution is not a crime in Liberia. President Joseph Morris was Minister of Justice at the time. She didn't go to the marshal quietly to disagree with the president. She did it publicly because that's what the law called for. To talk about the law, you must know the law. It is the Attorney General of the Republic that knows the law. The legal advisor to the president. Madam distinguished colleagues, I'm making the case for us to cite the legal advisor to the president. Let him tell what kind of legal advisor.
Dillon said the man the man is very sheen, one of the rescue heroes. The man is very sheen. The man said he's making a case for the Senate to cite the legal advisor to the president. Then he tell them, because look, he said he can't sleep now. He said the thing, it's too embarrassing. It's too embarrassing. Why can I for the 2 years old experience, Pape? Where's from the time he became and started knowing himself, it's just about government. Now we made him president now with all the experience he had. Why the country continues to go the way it's going? Didn't say tired answering question. And that's why he's saying it. That's why he's saying what he's saying. And let me tell you, no serious country, I repeat, no serious country on this planet that will want to progress will have the total day respect of the rule of law as the order of the day, and you say that country will progress. No serious country. Check around the world. Because the first thing, you need people to be safe to invest their money. If the people can see police all around, it will signal that things is not okay. If the people continue to hear and watch that police brutality is the order of the day, police hit and kill, police slap the other person, police make the other person car knocking down, police drag the other man motorball, the police man do the other one, police shoot the other person. If the people continue to hear these things, if the people continue to hear the thing, nobody will come to invest in this country. In our country, we are heavily relying on people money. Because we get people anywhere in the country here, our baby people there, their only focus is to take fat salary, buy a big car, and the car they buy, we don't want to be buying the fuel for air. And the driver driving the car, we don't want to be paying the driver. When the car spoil, we don't want to repair the car. Even though we're paying them fat salary. But the car they will ride, we buy it. Then the fuel will be going inside, we don't want to buy it. So when they live in very more but they can take more than 30 gallon fuel. And from the office to the house, not even 10 minute, 20-minute drive, but they can take 20, 30, 40-gallon fuel just for a week. And they can't even put more than 10 gallons in a week time. But they're taking that. Then we're paying the driver that driving the car. Then the car spoil, we're paying for maintenance. All I want to buy one talking. So we are heavily relying on other countries. So for the country to see us serious people, we should do things like serious people. And one of the major things is the rule of law. Any country where the rule of law is not fully functioning, that country is doomed to fall. That's what Dillon is saying. Therefore, listen to Dillon. Then we'll come and analyze it, and we'll see if we can take your course.
Making the case for us to sign the legal advisor to the president. Madam President, distinguished colleagues, I'm making the case for us to sign the legal advisor to the president. Let him tell what kind of legal advice he gave to the president on intending issues. What kind of legal advice he gave to the president on what legal risk before the president appoints to certain positions. The Judiciary Committee, as we go on break, must be empowered by this body to have a discussion or hearing with the legal advisor to the president, so that immediately upon our return, a report can be ready for plenary consideration.
Yeah, it's too much now. It's too much according to Dillon. Like their own rescue brother talking so. It's too much now. What kind of country we find ourselves in? The issue of tenure position. Look at the issue of the speakership. Because Bwaka is desperate. Because Bwaka is desperate to use the Liberian people money at his own will. That's why he now wants interference from the opposition. That's why he fought against, or he's fighting against Speaker Kofa. And he doesn't care how it go about. Look, when people are desperate, when they are zealous, integrity and common sense, will that greater will be cloud. Their integrity and common sense. So when you find greedy people, the way Joseph Barker and his people look like, they are greedy. They are greedy people. When you find those kind of people, then, for their common sense and their integrity, for them to uphold that, it will not be there. Because the greater has beclouded their common sense of reasoning and their integrity. So all I want to see is for the greater to prevail. Why it will be for somebody to move from there. The father, they want to get what they want to get at all costs. The Habwaka and Richard Kun Atina. There are history of impeachment of speakers. There are history to that. But they form a manner in which it is unfolding in Liberia at the moment under Joseph Bwaka. It has never been like that, and it is detrimental, and we will see nothing more than another chaos in our country if measures are not put into place. That's what Dillon talking here. That's what you see. The ECOWAS mediation team have returned to Liberia. They came on yesterday. And Speaker Kofa was in America. He got to cut short his trip to come back to Liberia because the ECOWAS mediating team has returned and they are calling him so that they can have some conversation. When you get greedy people, the Bible describes them some kind of way. And oppressor. The Bible describes them as oppressor. When you have oppressor, these are the kind of things that can happen. Look, they are total oppressor. You can see the desperateness in Rachel Kun. That a few times, somebody said, who really vast in Rachel Kun? One prominent Liberian asked that question, who is the vast in Rachel Kun? Up to now, they ask on attack. They fire experts, then they bro. You can hear them talking about it. Like Speaker Kofa said, running after them, the feet and to his office, his acting office, his acting office, chief of staff, asking the police to bring out a report. The investigative reports as it relates to the fire incident at the Capitol building. It is Speaker Kofa now who is asking the police to come out with a report after they allegedly and how do you call it? Torture Thomas Iturich and Cisse and their colleagues, and for being the people who are involved with the arson attack on the Capitol building. I don't want to call that arson attack either, because from the way the police are proceeding, I'm still doubting that can be an arson attack. If it is an arson attack, I'm still doubting it, but it cannot be orchestrated by those who the police are apprehended already. Because if the police apprehended those people on the basis of facts and evidences and witnesses coming to the stand and providing facts and evidence that the people are linked to the arson attack or the fire disaster at the Capitol building, then the police should have all of the grounds legally to prosecute the people. The police should have all of the legal grounds to prosecute those people, because according to them, they have evidences, and there are witnesses who took the stand. But to this date, the police are still reneging on the release of the. I mean, it is just something that you cannot understand. Gregor Coleman brought you a friend in what he know from America, retired firefighter. It's something lost for me. Then I said, I'm going to call medicine man. I asked the people that they posted on the ticket. I said, I'm going to call medicine man. I myself will go hire my own medicine man, bring and explain everything that's going on. You think that medicine man will go against me when I hire him? No. Something lost for me. And as I buy in a year, the person said, they posted on the ticket. Then I said, okay, I'm going to medicine man. And I go to the medicine man alone. And I explain to the medicine man come. You think that medicine man will go against me when I hire him? That's just a logic in it. Gregor Coleman move from here. He go to America and go call an old firefighter friend where he resigns. When he resigned 10 years, 20 years ago, that the people in brain say he can't investigate fire incident. Look, when you want the thing to be something that will be authentic, you should involve people with like minds, or people who are independent. For example, they get civil society groups here, the U.S. embassies here, they got other permanent people here. You should collaborate with those people. You should have collaborated with those people and bring in experts at the consent of all of those people you brought along around the table. At the consent of them, you bring in experts who will do independent investigation when it comes to the issue of the fire incident at the Capitol building. But you didn't do it. What you did, you went, you brought somebody who you knew, and way back, retired firefighter people name. We firefighter people name to what? To investigate. And the people came and say, insinuate. Is this why you were kept at the Supreme Court or the court when the court asks you for evidence? So you blunder from another aspect again. Now you gotta go back again to reconsider your decision. It's taking another time, another delay. Rachel Kuhn issue. Rachel Kuhn is one person who the zealousness of power or for power has beclouded his senses. So he's just desperate doing things like somebody who he caught. Look, they may have brought down our legislature to the level where even the child in nursery will not even believe. Look at what has been unfolding, or what is unfolding at the Capitol building since the issue of the legislative impasse. Look at what is going on there. Look at the kind of level of which our legislature has turned to on Joseph Boakai leadership. Only because Joseph Boakai wants to control the national budget, and he believes that the only way he can control the national budget is to turn the eyes of the opposition from the national budget so that they cannot have a say. Because his intent is to use the country money, at his will, the way he wish to use it. And having people like Fanatic Kofa and other opposition lawmakers, and having stake in the budget hearing, and will not allow the Baka and his his people to misuse the budget or the country money at their will and pleasure. So they orchestrated the plan to remove Kofa. While Kofa removal will be legal, all they know, Kofa should be removed, and they should have total control of the legislature so they can control the national budget. So when you see the other people there endorsing a Kun leadership and speakership, it is not because they are not aware that Kun decision or the way in which Kun as a senator speakership is illegal, but they are thinking about what they will take home. They are more particular about what they will get. It is not about the manner in which Kun has a senator to the speaker position. No. Even though it is not in line with our legal framework, but they are considering it because they are benefiting from whatsoever decision and the Baka and the Kun will take. There have been removal of speakers in this country. But the way and manner in which it is going on at the moment, it has never happened before in our country. And that has the propensity to bring our country down again. Kofa, he's aware. He's a legal practitioner. He understands legality. He is saying, I agree that majority of you people say, I don't want me again. But the manner in which you guys want to do it is not the legal way. This is a country. This is not Waka farm. This is not one person, area where they can just choose to do what they want to do. These are legal proceedings to doing this. So you should go by the legal proceeding. Up to this time, nothing has been done about that. And the reason you see they went for retreat the few times and trying to market himself, to gain that, legality. You see Kun trying to re-strategize now because it is haunting Baka and even the Kun men. People are not doing business with them, openly. They are not being recognized, and one way or the other, it is really impeding their operation. So to make things better, to make things seem like all is right, they say they're having retreat at Farmington. Recently brought Ghanaian Parliament and Speaker, the brother person. All the strategies to what? To make it seem like all is okay. But nothing of such. A recent Kuma at JFK, implement JFK, he go tour facility of JFK after giving instruction for the people to bus in Yaka Koruba car. Desperation again. After giving instruction for Kule to bust into the speaker office and take out sensitive documents and government and personal belongings. It is how speaker who want to lead the first branch of government, it is how he should proceed. So they want to cover all of those mistakes, all of those things that they did along the line so that Kun can get speakership. That's why you see Kun touring JFK facility and say he'll get JFK $20 million in the next budget. He told her play, he say he gave him scholarship. He told her play, he say breaking ground. He say having a retreat. These are strategies so that because the people believe that the society is gullible. And the ignorance of the Liberian people, they can ride on it easily. So I mean, they just always found strategy that will better themselves, that will be beneficial to them, so that they can be able to ride continuously to grip on power and milk the resources at the detriment of the Liberian people. Go see what Kun build. They just 2-3 months time what Kun say he majority black speaker. Go see what Kun get to a house. Go see it. Go see how Kun have refurbished his whole entire home to the standard where he want to see it. That in 3 months time in Batnosville. I live Batnosville. Go see what come there. So it is not about the rule of law. It is not about you. It is about what the people can accumulate so that they can be politically strong. That's what they're doing. That's what they are doing for Liberian. So the ECOWAS delegation is in Liberia to mediate again because Speaker Kofa filed a bill of information on the Supreme Court and questioning the legality of Kun and Fala manner in which the Senate at the Speaker obtain the speakership. So that's why, and the outcome from that, we are learning that it will be very, very, very detrimental to the how they call it, the Bwaka leadership, because the way they did. To be able to get the kind of legal right so that they can be able to run the business of this country. Yeah, that's how it's like. So we are still waiting to hear what the outcome will be between the ECOWAS mediating team and the speaker. And prior to that, a few weeks back, there was information that Joseph Boakai called Speaker Kofa and other lawmakers for a meeting, and that we can confirm it actually went on the meeting between Speaker Kofa and Joseph Boakai. And I think these are all reasons why the ECOWAS mediating team has come back to Liberia after their first trial, and they failed to settle the impasse. And I think maybe we hope and pray that the best can come out of this, mediation again. Yeah, we hope that the best can come out of it. Yes, because Liberia have to be a country of law where the law can be upheld no matter who it is against. Yeah, the law should be upheld because it is the law that guides us. Without the law, everybody will do their own thing. Because men exist, that why, and mankind we always want to deviate. So because mankind always want to deviate, that why we ourselves look at it and say, no, we gotta have law that will guide us. Anyway, you see group of human beings, when you get law there, it becomes an issue. So when you see group of people, that's why you see when you form organization, the organization will have law. Because when you get law, anybody will do what they want to do. Yeah, but that law now will be able to tell people, say, no, you're not supposed to do this. When you do this, this is what will happen to you. When you do it this way, this is what will happen to you. So the law, nobody is above the law. The law guides every one of us. So what is going on in our country is illegal, and we are hoping, especially the impasse at the House of Representatives, and we're hoping that the ECOWAS mediating team can do all they can to be able to mediate the impasse between Kofa and the other lawmaker. Yeah. So that suspension you see, all that thing you see, these are all mere strategies to dress their colleagues far from the budget hearing or the budget and stake in the budget. Can you imagine all Liberian? That quote unquote budget hearing the people held. There were $3.8 million that were allocated for the budget hearing. $3.8 million were allocated for the budget hearing. But by the time the people was done with the budget hearing, that quote unquote budget hearing, they put you over $15 million United States dollars just in 3 weeks time. So that's the kind of thing that people want to. They want to have total control. And they want nobody having stake in it. And to do that, they can address their colleagues far. Especially their colleagues from the opposition. And that is unfair. We cannot keep running our country like this. We cannot be too desperate for power to the detriment of the growth and development of Liberia. Because our country is all we have. And any decision that we will take today will affect the unborn generation. So we should be very, very careful. And let me close up on this. And maybe I can take a break. When I come back, then I start to take your call. On yesterday, by the afternoon hours, there's a platform called Lofa TV. And they posted that they will be having conversation with Steve Zago, former senator of Lofa County, and former list commissioner general. He was relieved of his post. He went on a suspension, and he didn't return until Joseph Boaka appointed a new commissioner general of the Liberia Immigration Service. So, first, on yesterday, it was the first appearance when it comes to the media since his suspension. Anthony Steve Zago, he broke silent for the very first time on yesterday. So, according to him, he said one of the reasons for his suspension was because of because he didn't arrest former finance minister Samuel Twe upon he returned to the country. Yes. So, it says during his address, Zago expressed gratitude for the support he received from communities and reaffirmed his commitment to the current administration, stating, "I pointedly attributed his removal from government to his refusal to arrest former finance minister Samuel Twe, a situation that has been a focal point of speculation." So it was speculated, but we will continue to give you guys information. Look, we cannot sit here to lie to you. All of what we are saying here, all of what we sit here to say, it is about the growth and development of this country. It was reported. We reported that. One of the reasons why Zago was relieved of his duty was because he refused to arrest Samuel Twe. And he validated our argument on yesterday after he spoke to the Lofa Eyes, or one of the Lofa Eyes. Yeah. So he said one of the reasons was he refused to arrest Samuel Twe. My suspension was not due to any wrongdoing. He continues, but rather a decision made by the president. He said, emphasizing that he had acted in accordance with his principles and duties. Questions from the press include inquiries about his relationship with the president and the nature of his suspension. So he acted rightly in discharging his duty. But his suspension was triggered upon why he didn't arrest Samuel Twe when Samuel Twe returned to the country. Look, let me tell you something. The people just want to, their intent is just to disgrace former official of the WIA government. The people want to render the WIA government, of no use. If the people are going to hang on Samuel Twe, if Zago are going to hang on Samuel Twe, by the time the whole issue between Samuel Twe and the government of Liberia, we're not going to go any further. The people just want to disgrace Samuel Twe. Just put him go ahead, making load of criminal, and just parade him so that journalists can take photo, so Samuel Twe can be in handcuff. That's all the reason they say they get issue against Samuel Twe. That's why Samuel Twe lawyer continues to say that they should dismiss the case, that involves Samuel Twe and co-defendants, because there's no legal ground. Because what Samuel Twe did was under the instruction of the president, and it was security related issues. So you cannot question the president instruction when it comes to security related issues. They say no, it happened this one, it happened that one. The people intent is to disgrace. That's what they did to the president's security advisor and the FIU boss. They just wanted to that disgrace. That's why they wanted to see Samuel Twe in handcuff. Because Zako they didn't do it, that's why they suspended Zako and subsequently took him from the position as immigration boss. We said it here. And Zako confirmed it yesterday when he had an exclusive interview in Lofa County, Virginia. So you see, Liberians, Joseph Boakai is not fighting corruption. Joseph Boakai intent is to just disgrace official from we administration. If Joseph Boakai is truly want to fight corruption, the people who are still on his administration, on his very watch, if he's sincere, he will start to pull, hole. You start to bring the people to book. When he start to do it, because these are the current issues. To handle those issues is not hard. Unless all the issues that what happened 6 years, 10 years back, you need a lot of resources to run after the cases. But the current one are happening on his watch. The mayor say he integrated B-man, he want to fight corruption. The one are happening on his watch. These are the cases he's supposed to be handling. These are the cases he's supposed to be handling. And executing and using his political will. Then we say, yeah, the person is very serious. Then when you talk about cases that happen on Joe, we are in other government town, we say, yeah, the paper making sense. But he said they want investigate people on Joe, we are town. But on your town, currently as we speak, people stealing. In fact, they are even stealing worse than what they put there on Joe, we are town. That we ain't doing nothing about it. It's just about serious to fight corruption. The issue of Talu, Aloysius Talu, when he suspended Talu for financial malpractices and asked the GSC to do an audit, and the GSC did the audit, and the audit report came out and said that Talu was formed doing financial management at the Central Bank of Liberia. If Boakai really wanted to fight corruption, if the intent of fighting corruption is very, very true, he should have persecuted Talu. After he suspended Talu for corruption, and according to the investigation from GSC, said that true, the thing he suspended Talu for that true, he did it. With Boakai was really, really sincere in fighting corruption, Boakai knows, persecute Talu. But no, Boakai was, he's not good, or he's not even got no intention, because he said he came to steal. So he not got no intention of fighting corruption. That's why he rewarded Talu with $300,000 plus United States dollar just for Talu to move from the position. So he causing from Abbey Bank why he's getting a loan to come and take over. So long someone get his job now, Boakai don't care. So Boakai not fighting corruption. Boakai get no history of fighting corruption. In fact, the paper have been surviving on a year. So for the fact that he come there and he order a foil for himself, he tell God thank you. He not care about the people. All Boakai life they ball a quiet ball. Like boys to clean the bathroom, CWA or the arm and I said he brought him. Boakai ain't got problem. They remember he got time for anybody. But then he can't like the main director to how they call the other place to agriculture ministry. He got an agriculture job. Boakai don't get problem. The how he went to LPMC. The how Boakai been doing it. He went to LPRC and they sacking for stealing. That just the paper been doing. People just sorry for him. The how Boakai been surviving. So now Boakai nobody sorry for him. He the one can get sorry for people because he the president now. You think they don't care? No, the man will do what he want to do. It would be detrimental. By the time he's doing this age quarter with him, God forbid he die. Who will see him again? Who will get anything to do with him? You think Boakai care? Boakai is flying private jet. The same thing he criticized yesterday. What are the developmental initiatives Boakai is carrying across the country? What are they playing to say, yeah, we know that, yeah, same Boakai King, this is what Boakai intend to do. When a bad thing, they don't say that joy we are. But when a good thing, they say they don't want it. So you are able to do good thing in 1 year, 3 months time. You taking the glory for the good one. The The plenty of Google when it happening, you're taking the glory for it. In 1 year, 3 months. But the Baba one now, you say now you do it like previous government. Oh, how you manage to take glory for the Google one in 1 year, 3 months? But the Baba one now, you say you're coming there. Oh. So you're able to take the glory for the Google one in 1 year, 3 months. But the Baba one, you say you're coming. You mean it there. Oh, is that how you you see how Braga is doing the country? You see how the Papa is doing this country? Look, I regard the Papa because I feel that he's responsible and he's an old man. He will come to do something where he will want to leave a legacy. But Braga don't care about legacy. If Braga care about legacy, the environment Braga lives in, people are going to be saying good things about him. But you go do a survey around Braga house. People who live with Braga. Braga don't care about how people feel about him. Braga don't even care about people. That's how Braga lives his life. Who have Braga impacted? Nobody. What is Braga's contribution to Liberia? Braga contributed to Liberia in a more positive way as compared to George Weah. So Braga don't care when anything collapse under his watch because he not contributed nothing to see Liberia to where it is today. Braga don't contributed nothing as compared to George Weah to see where Liberia is today. So when things collapse under Braga, he not care because now he will face it. He not face it for now he old at time he face it. But people who contributed will not want to see their effort going vain like George Weah. That's why George Weah is able to turn power over democratically, even though the National Election Commission, who is the final referee in the election, in any election, that the people who are supposed to announce the official result. But because George Weah now want to see his effort, the thing where he left his time, he's supposed to be enjoying himself in the comfort of Europe to come to Liberia, to fly on a bullet and call for peace. And I want to see that effort go down the drain because of certain greedy people who want grip to power. You say, okay, take it. It's just like the story in the Bible where King Solomon did that judgment between the two ladies. The other lady, they both of them had young babies. The other one lie on top of her own dad. And she exchanged her friend baby with her, to her own. Now, the dead one, she said, not her girl. The living one, she said, I her girl. So the King Solomon using wisdom on them and say, okay, say you're too claiming the living child, I will slaughter the child into pieces, and you take her, other one take her. Because she know that she now the one that bought out child. She said, yeah, that too, call the child, share it. But the woman who knows sincerely don't like her child, and because she knows what it takes to be a mother to bear a child, she said no. Since she said that her child, give her the child. Don't cut the child. That's how John Weah look like. Because John Weah know the struggle he passed through to bring Liberia to where it is today. So to just banjo Liberia because of political gain. He said no. It better let me leave the thing. But Braga now, he looking at the careless mother. He said, because when we can win the election, Liberia will end. These are the statements he was making all around here. These are the statements. Because Braga didn't contribute no efforts to this country, and to where the country is today. So he doesn't care about how he will see Liberia, retrogressing again. Because at that time he will not be around. Even if he's around, what he got to do? So that's the kind of thing. That's the kind of leader we go through. We are honored today. Until their own people are saying it. Martin Curry, one person. Senator Darius DeLore is another person. Stanton Witherspoon is another person. These are the people, these are the rescuers who are mustering the courage. And some other Tanitans and UPS rescuers, they are also saying their own, though their voices are not loud. But the people are disappointed. The people felt that Bouaka had a solution. When you say rescue, you are rescuing and you are riding cars that cost 100,000. You are rescuing, you are flying private jet. You are rescuing. When the people have got aid to our country, you are telling us that the people should pray because we are in end time. No, government is not, it's not spiritual thing. Government is ideas. So if you doesn't have the idea to run a country, you shouldn't ask people to pray. If you want to pray, turn to an imam or you turn to a pastor or you turn to a bishop, like you are a deacon, and you can continue your prayer and leave the presidency with people who have the understanding, who have what it takes, who have that political reflex to do the job so that Liberia can be transformed. We need people who understand development. Like you get in USA court, just one country in USA, they call their aid to Liberia, you yelling all around, you telling people to pray. When John Weah became president, 2018, 2019, 1 year, he didn't even know how to sit in a chair, Google. COVID-19 took over the entire world, started ravaging. COVID-19, the whole world came to a halt or standstill. People who used to help were not even helping because they themselves had issue. In fact, they were the one who were facing the greatest latches from COVID-19. People who were supposed to be helping Liberia. But in spite of that, George was able to handle this country from 2019 to 2021, when COVID-19 was at least okay now. So George Weah has 2 to 3 years of his administration when COVID-19 was ravaging. That one, not one country, the whole world. You only get USA court, you cry, all right, happen to go to church, to go fast, to go pray, and the war coming to an end, and these things will happen, that kind of thing. That kind of thing should be telling people with the experience you have. That thing should be coming from clergymen, now politician, now expert like you. What say you get for the 2 years experience? Say you want to be deacon, continue your deaconship in your church and forget about telling people say they must go fast and pray because the war coming to an end. You knew the war coming to an end. You say when Liberia now gave you the presidency, Liberia will end. Now you get it. Now you can't tell people they must go fast and pray and things will happen because we're in end time. John Weah had COVID-19, 2018. He took over 1 year into his administration. In fact, the administration didn't go 1 year without COVID-19. So now viral coming. 2019 it was not small thing. It started ravaging. It was up to 2021 when the COVID-19 subsided at least. So John Weah had not much time to do the needed development, but he was able to do what you can see, what you can point to. Today we can see it. Today we can point to it, and Liberians are not counting it now because I was already there. The people are just looking at you to see what your developmental drive you have. What you can do. In your still 4th year, people will start counting all of those things, comparing and contracting, and see what you achieved in 6 years and what job you are able to achieve. And a few times after 1 year, people went all around asking what they were comparing your 1 year and job you had 1 year. And you ain't got a response. Your own spoon there, why ain't got a response? So just wait and see. Wait and see. We're talking about governance. You can't talk about people must fast and pray. In fact, at end time, global thing will change. So, job we have time, thing we're not changing, we're not global. Eh? So, you see that kind of hypocrisy? Because you see that the society is gullible, people could buy into it. Not many people will go do their research. Many people will listen to radio. Look, George Weah presidency have brought the ordinary people to have much more interest in their governance or in their government. George Weah presidency, he have brought much more interest in government for the ordinary people. So the old man in the market building now, she got a little radio by her side. The old man at her house setting a little radio, or she got a little radio. She want to know what is happening. And that came about since George Weah became president. So now the people are more interested in how their government run. And not like whereby where you can speak BB Bogan grammar, bring graphs, and the people don't understand. They don't have interest. They can just eat and you eat, and the people don't ask. Nobody will ask your question. But nowadays, you guys will be broke if you do the things that are not necessary. You will be questioned because the old man in the community want to know how her country run. The pape want to know. The young boy want to know. People are interested in their government. It came about under the leadership of George Weah, because the people saw themselves in him. So now, unlike before, you cannot lie easily. You can on lie, but you cannot survive on lie. So you see the difference? That's why it's giving you hard time. I just urge you to do the necessary thing so that you can be able to have a, because your own body, I don't even care about how you think. So you can be able to move freely. Yeah, so you can be able to move freely, because the fear is in you. The fear is in you because you are not doing the thing what the people expect you to do. So the fear is in you. The people who should be clapping, who should be hailing, who should be applauding when you pass around and say, yeah, our minister is passing. Thank you, Mr. Minister. You are afraid. You posted security all around. As soon as you hear people coming protest, they're at a war. Oh, when George Weah was president, you guys protested. In fact, politicians were behind those protests. Police were seen at those very protest grounds with our arm. Police were giving water. Police were helping people, aiding them, giving them bread, sandwich bread. Some of you politicians, that is the law we're talking today. If the rule of law under George Weah was as bad as it is under this administration, you think you're going to survive in our protest? Where's Moyo carrying Conne? You started confessing around it. So you see how you want to turn the country? Greediness has been clouded your senses because you want to accumulate more wealth at the detriment of the Liberian people who are seeking to rescue. Then you say you run a country where the total breakdown of rule of law, no investment. You say when George Weah was there, our NGO, they're not coming. Since you came to Liberia, how many NGOs? Since you came to the president, how many NGOs came to Liberia? How many NGOs are entered to provide jobs? The issue of unemployment, it has increased, in fact, because when you came, you took people from their job. Then you're talking, all kind of thing, and you say, they want that one. Is that how you want to run the country? Is that how you want to run the country? No. We will checkmate you. We will checkmate you, and we will make the people to know that the leaders that you give authority to are not in your interest. They are not doing the necessary thing for your survivability. In 2029, you will be removed by the very people who you lied to as rescuer. Let's take a very short break. When we come back, we start to take your calls on 0772 2399 33 or 0886 3044 97 777 980 A very short break. When we come back, we start to take more of your calls on the program this morning.
We need to deal with this president legal advisor. Let know what kind of legal advice he gave the president. The legal plumbers coming out of the marshal. The legal plumber. Therefore, I'm not calling the error any longer. 1 year, the legal plumber coming out of the marshal. When the president in the law, I hear people say, only the minister of justice can disagree with the president and leave it blanket. It's not just true like that. The law clear. The minister of justice cannot disagree with the president on policy issues and political issues. The minister of justice can disagree with the president publicly on the issues of the law. They don't just blanket. Why is the wisdom about that? Because it is assumed that not every president or no president may have the legal knowledge. An example, Ellen Johnson said he was president, and she said prostitution cannot occur in Liberia. President Johnson Morris was Minister of Justice at the time. She didn't go to the marshal quietly to disagree with the president. She did it publicly because that's what the law called for. To talk about the law, you must know the law. It is the Attorney General of the Republic that knows the law. The legal advisor to the president. Madam President, distinguished colleagues, I am making the case for us to sign the legal advisor to the president. Let him tell what kind of legal advice he gave to the president on the intending issues. What kind of legal advice he gave to the president on what legal risk before the president appoints to certain positions. The Judiciary Committee, as we go on break, must be empowered by this body to have a discussion or hearing with the legal advisor to the president, so that immediately upon our return, a report can be ready for plenary consideration.
Our people say the thing like a gay, you will stop on your toes. When the season will be good, up on the eve, will know. Kakomima, Kakoma Kujabo. I thought our rescue, but I can't attend to excuse. The rescue mission, anything to excuse mission.
Welcome back to the program this morning. Talk about it with me, Otis, the most Sankan. Asia Boy, we are here. Your regular host and presenter is not here this morning due to some personal engagement. So I'm here sitting in the seat and roaming you through some of the major happenings from our country. So the ECOWAS mediating team is in Liberia, and they did call Speaker Kofa, and he got to cut short his trip from America to come back so that they can have some talk. So they arrived on last evening, and we hope all goes well. Yeah, all goes well. The issue of the total breakdown of the rule of law is the order of the day in Liberia. And no serious country that want to develop, especially, that want to develop, will have the total breakdown of the rule of law in that country will progress. No, it's not. It haven't happened yet, and it will not happen. It will not happen because people will be afraid to invest. Yeah, people will be afraid to invest. So keep your calls coming through 0772 23 99 33, 0772 23 99 33, 0777 980 375, 0777 980 375, or better still 886 30 44 97 are the numbers to call, and you're going to be live on the broadcast this morning. Let's take this person.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Okay, ma'am. Good morning. Welcome.
You know, the speaker, what it was for, and the speaker, I want to go, not be in library. It will be in the set. There 2 times, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, our money in care to motor the damage. Oh, look at the country how it going. We are suffering. We are suffering now. You see, now, our children, what are going to the government school and internship was for now. It's shut down. For not going to school. For before that, they don't go, they can come back. They say the teacher and not there because they say they're not paid.
Wow.
They're not paid. Go the money to school, they're going back. They say the people laugh. They're not going to school. They say the teacher and say they're not paying, so they're not teaching. They're not easy in the country. We are.
Wow, the line is terrible, man. Yeah, go to line. You gotta walk away from the radio, man. Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. You live. Tell us the name and where you joining us from, please.
Yeah, my name is Elijah P. calling you from Singa.
Elijah, go ahead. 1 minute.
Yeah, I just want to send a message to our speaker, Fernando Kofa. I should be very careful with the social ECOWAS. We should not let the Liberian people down.
Oh, okay.
Because we are depending on him to make things right. We are going to see Liberia. People say that people were looking at education said that we're going to sue without in the right and tell us get the education. If we not put it in place, people continue to overlook our education setup because they don't want people looking at now. So
Sure.
to make things right. The law is the law. Fernando Kofa should not agree to any agreement to resign from that post.
Oh,
Let a legal action be there for us. Let make sure that put our country on path.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. This person, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, you live. Tell us the name and where you joining us from, please.
My name is Arvin Dada, and I come from the UN Drive.
Okay, Avin. 1 minute.
Well, let me appreciate this morning for the talking points, and also let me appreciate Almighty God for pumping breath into us, our voice to be heard. And my brother, you can't do Senator Dara did all for me. I don't want to dignify him when it comes to like you were just playing your ball this 2 days. Look, Senator, the government for 1 year and some more months. Since that any position, because the American came on that administration and then the censure, you want to be excluded, so you want to make it an episode say it's not happening while we've had the government proceeding. What since that time he has not spoken, but because the American came on some statement and trying to cut to food and that people acting like they say, if he's so clear for the people, and they're not serious. He's joking, he's playing fun. On a serious note, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Let's go to the female line. This person. Good morning. Hey, slip up. 0772239933. This person. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, you live. Tell us the name.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Emmanuel Instrument Union, Abraham Gosling, William Peking, thank you for taking 2 months to other countries.
1 minute.
Let me say thank you for the topic this morning. You know, the president is not doing well for the Liberian people. But when we talking these things, some of them are thinking that we are against this man. And let me send this message to my speaker Kofa. Speaker Kofa, everybody know you are educated man. Don't let for Joseph Boaka to use you or fool you. Like the way he's using their own educated people like James Collier and the rest of the other guys. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This person from Land 2. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, this person 0772239933, 086304497, and 777-980-375 are the numbers to call, and you'll be live on the broadcast this morning. This person is on line 2. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. You live. Tell us the name.
By the way of introduction, my name is Prince Juti Tere, commonly called Running Star from Chelsea.
You call from where?
Calling from 12th Street, no, this is 12.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
One thing is that you see when they put them to power, we stated it from the initial state that this man is incompetent, the man is incapable to lead this country. But when we're talking for the kick against them, men are down, they can come on radio now and everything with us, we get all the praise they were here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This person from La One. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, you live. Tell us the name.
Morning.
Yeah, good morning. You live. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, this is Edmond Carr, the visually impaired guy that keeping Wagasi to the fire to the lower. And the minister has to the listener. Where is our brother?
Israel is on some personal engagement at the moment.
Okay.
You'll be back tomorrow. God's willing.
You know, Delon then, you know, when Delon speaking to issues that have been happening since the genesis of the government, and we just refer to them as his thought he just have empty drum. You know, when you take the empty drum along the river and you beat it with the sound can go, you know, the higher low because.
Hello? Hello? Wow. Let's go to the female line. Take this person. Good morning.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, my name is Piachesia, the former president. I'm calling for West Point, but United because of West Point.
Go ahead. 1 minute.
That's why I say thank you for the show this morning. I hear somebody talking say they say God thank you for Dara did not receive. Dara did not receive with us. Dara did not finish it, so you want others to say he received with us. Dara did not receive with all of them. They see people. They bring a bad government in power just to suppress me the liberate people. The people who not doing it for their self and their family. See the two of could do it 2 days. The 2 days when they put they see the hostage and they could pay. They put the interest of their family. The people suffering up. See the government the house are putting West Point. When I was John, we are dead. You talking about Joseph Baga and the people. They bring 3 for rest to share to the people. So the police, they get time for us. So they must start suffering us. That one don't know say something he won't go back, but he laugh. We check out there. Joseph Baga and the people, then we hear for them.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Land 2, this person. Good morning.
Good morning, my dear brother. How are you doing?
What I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
This is Mr. Freeman David from Boston, Magibi, Lower Magibi.
Go ahead, Mr. Jerry. 1 minute.
Thank you. My dear brother, those are on radio land listening to me. This country, politics is not helping the country. On 1847, Bako Martin came with politics rest riot, who got into rest riot in the country. This we should have learned from the mistake. No politician will come to power and say the country will be bread and butter. The country will never be bread and butter. Things are getting high all over the world.
Yeah, but hello.
This is high all over the world.
Hello.
The country, no politician will come here and listen to B-man.
Hello. When things begin to get high around the world? When things begin to get high around the world?
My dear brother, I don't want to know when things begin to get high. Hey, born for your mother womb. You tell you straight that things is
hey, I ask you a question.
Things is that. So I don't want to put particular.
No, but you know what?
The former president no, and now why are you here? I'm discussing Labrouin.
But I see Labrouin with discussing. Hello. That I see Labrouin with discussing. Let me take this president. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, you live. Tell us the name.
Good morning.
Yeah, you live. Oh, go ahead. What's the name? Hello? Wow, the person seems not ready yet. Let me take this person from the line.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead. You live. Go ahead. You live.
Yeah, my name is MSC Saliva. I just joined this conversation for this reform. I give you something.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, well, you know, this country, this government we are on at this time, there's no law and order in this country. Waka came in this country with a notion of rescuing people. And now the rescue has turned to rescue government. Everything in this country is upside down. What can we do? We just speak with our leader, the speaker, to not resign. Let him remain as speaker, let him hold his ground, and we'll continue to stand by him. Because this country, this government, they are doing nothing, they are going nowhere. Police are beating people on the street. Market women are crying. There is no student going to school. Everything is just difficult. So we just say, God, we just pray to God now for him. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the female land, this person. Good morning.
Morning. Why you calling me off from?
I didn't cut you off. Oh.
I'm a phone call.
Yeah, go ahead. What's the name?
Mommy, I see Oma from the township I was from.
Yeah, go ahead now.
Yeah, you see, the two on the podium that I'm not talking over there. That I'm moving. Every time, so you will talk on our phone, so will be confused as well. You will go for the police. Then when I'm in the West, the calling on the township I was from this and that. That's all Victoria. Victoria, but when you enter in the district, I for Chomana, we are in Oma. Oh, they don't need camera. I for her. When any look here, I can be the first of the people can come to me and see my face. But the people who can battle for the party in the district, the people can separate on. Because we are not in the district to the party to get vote from there. No, because as well in the party we are our leadership.
Okay.
And don't let on it now. We are appealing to our president and the chief all the time. We don't want the people there. Up to now we see why they behave. We don't want them. Thank you, Papa.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. This person on line 2. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, you live. Tell us the name, please.
Yeah, I'm Poppy Soko Selis calling from District Number 9, Nabasi Community.
Go ahead. You got 1 minute.
Yeah, thank you for the topic on our discussion. You see, when we were telling the people at the time, they never believe us. And now, the disbeliever are feeling the pain than the believer. Because we, for the believer, we believe that this old man cannot offer anything to this country. We knew that. But other people who never know anything, they believe in them now.
they are feeling the more pain. But my advice here to Fonati Kufa, please, you shouldn't listen to any negative thing that people will bring on table to go against the Liberian people. You shouldn't accept it.
Okay.
Believe in him, and we know that he will never agree to this. Because this woman here will know that he can offer anything to this country. He's asking money.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's see if we can get the person on line 1. This person on line 1. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, you live. Tell us your name, please.
Yeah, Ed Moka Barolan. I went all my credit was on my life.
Okay.
You know, as I was saying, they know at what time did they get to realize that the legal advisor to the president need to be invited. When from the genesis of the government, Waka has ever seen or destroy the constitution of the republic. All of the change of position, he started with LTA. Suspend the people, they went to Supreme Court rule and say, hey, Mr. President, you're on the wrong path. This is standing position, you can't do this, you can't do that. What did he do? After accepting Supreme Court ruling, couple of hours, he suspended the people and put people there illegally. At that time, we saw that the London, along with his colleagues in the hall, was to consider these people no vote of confidence in them. Okay? And then raise the finance ministry to block every funding and salary that go to them. They are when they are speaking today, we could have said, oh yeah, they are there in the interest of the Liberian people. From LTA, he continued to Central Bank. The man was corrupt, the man stole money in from the blue sky. He started doing settlement from the Central Bank. The latest now is they are Ama Glasgow. So where are we? They can't speak at this time. It is late. So maybe he's just trying to talk so that tomorrow, when he starts going for his re-election, you say, oh, or doing what happening, well, so time, I was able to speak onto the issue. No. And then quickly to Boaga, I don't know. There is nothing that you can have. If there is anything that is happening in the first family, tell the nation, tell the country what is happening. But to clandestinely leave this country, other journalists have to post it before your press secretary could come out to say, oh, you're going for a private visit. At what time did you go for private visit? Who do you go to? What did you go for? You're not telling us. So private visit? No. It was just another trick that he used to misuse, continually misuse the Liberian people resources. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ed Moka. Line 2, this person is there. Good morning.
Good morning. This is J.D. Vanny from Cotton Tree.
From Cotton Tree.
I tell you to appreciate God for this nation because the grace of God keeping this nation.
Okay.
The leadership of this nation tries to bring chaos in this country.
All right.
But God, by authority, everything will be fine one day. All of them will be brought to judgment. No, there is nothing good unpunished. Anything you commit. Until God can consider you, you have to go through the penalty. So let's just pray for ourselves. Let God govern this nation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This person from the female line. Oh, slip up. So let me go to this line 2 and take this person.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, hi,
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Tell us your name.
Yeah. My name is April. Yeah, speaking according for Spain.
Okay, go ahead. 1 minute.
Yeah, brother. I was in the car for the radio. Wednesday come with Wednesday you forgot quality. When your head doing a campaign, what forgot you change your country, you change your country we hearing.
They'll lead that man.
When your head was out telling that before something you're coming to rest the country. The one year now you have a program so president 35-year-old president change the people country. The people country looking at they will say that something they say that what and all what it was. I want to say all what it was.
Like just about that time, the whole world facing problems. Joe, we have time everything or don't matter, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So, brother, I want to say thank you for your show. The data, the issue. That's what I said. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Okay. This person, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Hello, how you coming?
I'm doing great. How yourself?
Yeah, what is that?
Israel is not here, but I hope to be here tomorrow.
Oh, thank you for the topic under discussion. My name is Fanny Kiadi.
Okay.
1 million we are sharing follower of Abraham Gosling. We are brother of Shepherd.
All right.
You see, my brother, let me tell you today, all the things that are happening under this government, the 49 year, and the 49 year, 42-year government that came to power today, they have all the experience, they have all the propaganda that they run in this country. They said that they are the only people that have the opportunity to rescue the Liberian people, because Jawia he was novice. President Weah was novice. He don't know anything. In fact, he was destroying the country. Why are the people here today when they were protesting all over? That today, at least in Jawia town, you can point to something what he did. He had legacy. He left legacy beyond that we can point to. Where are the people today when they were lying all over and they say, Jawia, you know how experience, you looking at it, but today, under this government, we are struggling. Now the finance minister is telling us, say we should tie our bill because nothing good is coming. When we are tired today, they protest all around. Then the day you will see the other grouping on the side. The other grouping will be on the side today, they will be protesting. But where are the people that were protesting? To say when Dara did not say that the bureau was in a separate thing. That Dara did not know and he coming to telling people say they were questioning the president. Dara did not know that they had nothing to show in this country. The people they only strategy they're trying to study that they can't come in for them to gain their power.
Oh, okay.
That bro will not stupid again.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Each area community, when you pass, you will see the woman. I must say where I am going. When I'm working about my radio on myself because I want to get news.
All right.
Yeah, I don't want to say they see. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's go to the female line. Take this person. Yeah. Good morning.
Yeah, morning, my son.
Yeah, you live. Tell us the name, man.
Yeah, man, Bessie, according to community.
Okay, man, Bessie. Welcome.
That's what I want to ask.
Asking question.
That's right. Yeah, you hear me? You tell we that I say you're going to give a fast answer, give it to us. You say you are there. They then not challenge. Or you want to go back, I can't bring your fire there. They put you there. You get that to a fast. What are they put you there over again? We'll see. We don't support you to lie to you. We put you power, you can't do nothing. Then when your time comes and they say, two for la blue. They say lie when you lie, I say lie, your power lie. So you never about the soil will lie when you want power. Why our father? We the la blue woman, you male, you. Why our father say, why you're going to hear off? Why the lemon say you're going to hear off? Let's say that we are lie. Say that we are lie. For I think over, start to the play while standing air. You're going to meeting, go there. You're in law. What don't say, go, you will go. What don't say that. The law will say that you will say that. That put for free people what they will not call you. For free, they now go there. Clean it up. Lie. Thank you, my son.
Thank you so much, man. Oh, my God.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning. You live. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Shoti Terra and I call you from Ghana's If you start
Okay, 1 minute.
My brother, you know the call I just called a few minutes ago. You know, I don't want to respond to it because for me, I don't want to respond to caller. But you know, I want to tell you, dude, that when you on the radio, my brother, I will not tell you what to do, but that I can enjoy Israel in the morning. I enjoy you too, very honestly. But you know, some of the men when they come with their things, see you hear it from a motor on the way, check what they're off. That thing, that Joseph Burger radio station there. Yeah, they play for with the sedition for to express our anger. Ain't getting me? Yeah, that's the kind of radio station is the radio station. The not radio station for I call it Joseph Burger for nothing to call and can't be talking nobody will born they kind of thing for a master or they want. He not talking that thing there. On the time he been living on ice, the business he been doing, the business been seeing every year, and his business can change every year. When Joseph Burger was coming to power, when he told the people, he said that our little children will not stay on the screen no longer. He said all the hospitals will be having medical supply and other things there. He said that our people will no longer, experience any kind of thing, cruise, watching, zooming, everything will be gone. Then you forget you know that one that Joseph Oga tell that one. Joseph Oga wanted to do. Joseph Oga was thinking that la blood storage chain any government that can la blood is still looking the same. You think Joseph Oga going to come to power in the country? We just going to maintain job we want that. So fanatic over. You know we still will cover for the past almost going to a year now. We're going to a year. We still fanatic over. We're getting fanatic over. It should not be done. We're not here for the sake of peace. Either for the sake of peace, let Joseph Oga resign for the sake of peace. Let John William come back. Yeah, because we're not here to come for someone to come for the sake of peace. Therefore, this thing is grand. If majority don't want to, be speaker and other things, then we'll go back to normal session, and then when I do recruit yourself, and then they will put election. Anybody will win, you can speak up. Or all of that will not listen to anything. Yeah. Okay. So they don't want to show up and finish. Let the other grandfather go contest. Then go replace the other on the now. But for the player, on the now. We'll carry different person. You have to control man, or we'll find another alternative. Yeah, okay. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much. For the female line, this person, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, number. Anyway, my name Aaron Seri, calling from Jamaica Road.
You say your name?
Aaron Seri, calling from Jamaica Road.
This is a female line, man. Aaron, call on a regular line. Good morning. Wow, the person slip off. So, for me, you know, I will not be like everybody, but sometimes you allow them to sail, and to bring their ignorance to the discourse, and then and make them understand, because the people cannot defend themselves. They are defenseless. Yeah, they can't defend themselves. They are only trying to sometimes just come to the public glare so that people can hear their voices, but they are not in no way mean harms to all, because they are defenseless. They can't defend themselves. They have nothing to say because the facts are glaring. The people are feeling the pinch. The people are feeling the pinch from the rescuers. So I mean, they will continue to market their ignorance whenever they come to the public discourse. That they will always struggle. Yes. So that's how it's like. I mean, that's just how it is. Let's take this person from the female line. Good morning.
Good morning. This is Madeline calling from Christiansville.
You say you call from?
Yeah, from Christiansville.
Cruiserville.
District 17, Christiansville.
Oh, you got Christiansville in District 17.
Of course.
Oh, okay. Okay, welcome.
Yep. All right. To the point.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to stress on Fanaticofa.
Mm-hmm.
Because Fanaticofa, for the first time, we've been standing along with him. So we're begging him. Then he must not resign.
Okay.
He must not resign because the Nigerians, they put a trick. And Joseph Oga going there, talking to them so they can talk to him for peace sake. We're begging him. We don't want for peace sake. We've been going through a lot. And Joseph Oga one day, you not think that like people going through struggle for peace sake. Let me talk to the people, but you are destroying money to lost makeup. So I'm begging for Natikofa. For Natikofa must not resign. Second to Darrell Dillon is not worthy to even speak in this country. But he's just shameless. And there are some of them are not getting shifted. So people are not listening to Darrell Dillon. And the people are coming, I'm talking about politics. So that's on the TV. What in the what's there? They ever think about that for politics and push job we have for us to build this country? They ever promise most of other people promise order every pay that he will take, everything that he will do over there, he will inform the Nigerian people, the most of other people. He ever done it one day. So it's just fake. So people are not listening to Dillon the problem the strategic era Dillon they wanted. They don't get it. So for that reason they come on now to say why Egosi was saying. And my brother Egosi William, because the reason why I call him my brother, because my late brother is AB. So the reason why I call him my brother is there. Everything that Egosi William ever said, Osi Kawa, everything coming to light. Today, people that are causing them, talking all kinds of things about them, today they are seen in the community when people are seeing when we say, no, that's it, that was politics. So you see, So thank you for putting me the time.
Thank you so much for being a part also. Thank you so much for being a part on the program. Talk about it this morning on Kings 88.5. In case you're just joining us, it's a reminder that you're in tune to the program Talk About It, the Monday edition with me, Otis, the Marshmallow Sankan. And I'm here sitting in the presenter seat. And too many things happen in our country. Too many things. This is what happens when you politicize everything. And back then it was George Weah, and George Weah was responsible to uphold the peace. You know, yeah, he was like living in a glass house, so he was to maintain the peace. And some of those things we're talking, it was not because George Weah was the president, but you know, the presidency is just a place, it's a sacred place that whenever, even if your child goes there, for the fact that your child is the president, you should respect the presidency. Not because I a child, or because you knew Otis Sankan from Johnsonville and he's the president, so only because you know Otis Sankan, so you will not want to respect the presidency. No. Somebody else's who you respect a lot were sent to that position, and you too will want me, us, my followers, to respect the presidency. So when we're talking about respecting the presidency, we're not talking about George Weah in person. We're talking about the sanctity of the presidency. But you too, you never care. You was you was all about doing politics and at the la level. Yeah, that's the kind of level you guys reach in during the campaign period, or when you're in opposition, the la level. So you were even incorporating people who was insulting George Weah. You are embracing them. Now it is another way around. You are telling us that no, it is the presidency. We should respect the presidency. When George Weah was president, the issue of global prices is not strange. But you accepted it. You say some of the decisions George Weah was taking and some of the challenges George Weah was facing or that Britain was facing was because of George Weah's inability to lead the country. Now it is the other way around. And you're telling and thing will never be the same. So you see the kind of contradiction. You see the kind of hypocrisy. That's why we always give you the opportunity to speak your mind, and so you can further expose your ignorance. You can further expose how insincere you are to the people who you say you came to rescue. I just get some information. I said Thomas Fala, and he now spending another money again, huge millions of Liberian dollars, and he forwarded to his Apex University. And these are the things the people want to do. They just want to have everything to themselves. That's why they're gripping to power. That's why they are gripping to power, to have everything to themselves. These are the kind of people we have in the political terrain. These are people who doesn't care about you. Even if they're eating, they don't even care. They want to lick everything until they lick their elbow. These are the kind of people. Yeah, these are the kind of people. These are the kind of politicians. This person, for the female line. Good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Tell us your name.
My name is Comfort West. I'm calling from Patient Shack.
Okay, Comfort. Walk away from the radio small, yeah?
Yeah, I walk away from the radio.
Okay, go ahead and Comfort.
Okay, I'm telling Flanty Comfort now to get down.
Okay.
Let him be there.
All right.
Let him be there. The time for him to get down, you never get down.
All right.
If Flanty Comfort get down, someone will move from behind him. And nobody can do nothing to him. He is soaked with the blood of Jesus. Every evil arrow against him, we send it back to the center by fire, by thunder. Thank you for the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for land to this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, brother.
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Tell us your name.
Yeah, thank you for the show and thank you for everything I do. My name is Abraham Yuma of Crystal Police. Thank you for allowing opposition for the call.
What the Crystal Police? Where you get Crystal Police?
Does not need politics. When you got to know that the brother does not need politics, when you get called back, they will be hearing and doing everything. When Prophet King calls Marco, they say, yeah, that the best person. When Costa come in the country, they're calling you because you have caused and lie on the government. When did they get to know that politics is not good for this country? And
they did Joseph Baga became president.
Job we have made for our children to go to school and take one and take one seat. He made for people to go to public university for the first time with happening situation. And build houses for poor people free of charge in the country. And build our roads, the places that road had never gone before the Ganta to Sanikoe, all the way going to the local Bolo, from Anga to Lofa, and other places in Johnsonville, other places in Namovia. We are working for the good of the Liberian people. Decriminalize press freedom in this country. That's what you speak. If we get part of the LCC with you for one official. We they are politicizing today. When did they get to know that it's not good for the country? They must be lying here. They are doing wrong things. They must be telling us what is doing good so that we can know it. Because for how we not see him doing any good things.
Okay.
We not see him doing any good things. So it's stumbling on the wrong. And why you big guy, Boga, kill the power to rescue the country. Start thinking about the opposition. Start taking the turn for in the street. We need a daily bread guy not provide for them to go and survive. So you can't get them from the street. And the thing will be telling Boga, still lying on the show. I hope you listening to hear it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know, when you minded people, you will just, that's it. And do you know that the issue between I mean more Alina now, like I tell on social media like before, I think they more focus on what up being now. You know, the people used to lie. And most of what they used to say against Georgia was all lied. Out of 100%, 85, 90% of what they said against Georgia all lied. And the reason was just simple. Yeah. Because they were, I mean, losing their grip. And these are people who believe that without government job, you know, there's nothing else they can do. So they say clear Joey out, therefore they did all they could to come back to power. Yeah. But today you can see what is happening around you. And some of our saying, some of what we said, you know, we have been vindicated from their actions. From their actions. So I mean, that's just it. That's just it. Nothing much to talk. Let's take more of the calls. This person, good morning.
Good morning, my dear brother.
Yeah, good morning. You live.
Hello?
Yeah, you live. Go ahead. Tell us your name.
Yeah, this is Derek. The problem here,
you see your name?
The will come back 2020 line. Like, bro, we're talking persons calling all the same person, they will start crying in the country. Like, bro, they're crying too much. They're like, we're not getting the God got the head, but it ain't no sense of direction. My dear, God told me, hello?
Go ahead.
God told me that God did not make no poor person. There's nothing different between the rich and the poor is the man. Like I will take cry. The poor person went to another. Like I will take we all air crying. So what they ask that? What I mean politics?
Easy the minute the kids still on. Good morning. Yeah, you gotta walk away from the radio. You gotta walk. I don't want to cut you. I don't want to cut you off. People walk away from the radio.
Yeah. Good morning.
I'm still getting feedback.
Yes, good morning.
I'm hearing you, but all when you do is you walk away from the radio.
My life.
That's not an issue. Just walk away from the radio. You see what I mean?
My name is Levi sending a phone on Chicago Party this morning.
Okay, Levi. The first thing you do, you always walk away from the radio. You lower the volume.
Thank you this morning, bro. You know, thank God for the statement the president made that things are tough. And it is from the outside world at the end time. I'm happy to hear that statement because for me, these are my message to those who the campaign in Slang over. So the people, look, not because of the president, we are declaring that what makes things are hard, but it's still about something. But now, it's true, he's saying it to the Liberian people. So they're hearing it from him himself that what we said those days was true. Now it's time for him to manage it because he told the Liberian people that president, we are what it costs. Why should we complain now that he's a hard? And he work on it. Because you know all of those things and then you will lie to the world say, oh no, I can solve it. Nobody will, after 4 months, you will not be on the street again, studying on the street, your children will not do that. It's not lying. This man has solved the problem.
Okay.
So, thank you. The people that they don't have to, I can't even really start them because he said, he get it, to American people now coming here to say, because the fear is there because of what America already put in our 50 they come in laughing. You know what he said it last time that he will never put it. We were not in the Senate when the so-called justice minister ruled on and all were acting within were passing away the record now the speaker. They don't have they must have people in the country when they see love and other people suffering on the street and not get food to eat. And they be playing for people, man. You gonna people out those days say just grab and get us 25. Everybody thank you for putting in the time.
Somebody won't get somebody 25. Wow, Dylan, yeah, the won't get 25 just because, I got a few more minutes to go, but let me say this before I go. I was watching a documentary about Liberia, the last war before Chatelain left. And when prior to the U.S. military coming to Liberia, the Liberians were all seen at the U.S. embassy asking the U.S. to intervene in the situation in Liberia. And do you know when Chatelain left Liberia, the U.S. Marine came, and they were all along the coast, flying chopper. And the U.S. Army lined up in front of the U.S. embassy. The people only walk in Monrovia. They came, the reason they came? They bought Henneken cartoon and they walked by inside the U.S. embassy, and that was all. America sent their army after Chatelain left. After that pressure, after Chatelain left, the U.S. military came in Monrovia. And the only reason they landed in Monrovia was to get a cartoon of Henneken. And they walked back in the embassy, and that was all. So you see how unserious the people take us? Other countries around Africa, they are colonial masters. They send their troops, and their troops were based in those countries when they were faced with a crisis. But only Liberia, it was the other way around. Look, I'm saying this to tell you that our politicians are the reason why we are where we are. And not just all of the politicians, but the greater one, especially the rescue politicians. And they are aligning with Joseph Boakai because they feel that that's the only way they can survive. George Weah have principle. His principle is, as much that we have it to eat, let the ordinary people to also have something. That is why when he became president, and he couldn't appoint everybody in his government, he found means. He created a medium in which ordinary Liberians were one way or the other getting benefit from the government, though not directly but indirectly. For example, since in fact you are an assistant minister, you're able to maintain your family. The woman who's selling potato green, she's a Liberian too, but she cannot become a minister. So what will we do? For her to get a benefit of the national cake, we will pay her child or her children wise fees. So if my group will get 3 children, and John we have 6 here, each of those children were in 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. Each of them benefited from the free wise fees during the tenure of George Weah. So Mark Lubo never stretched herself about paying wise fees for her children. That's another way George Weah was trying to reduce the gap between the ordinary or the underprivileged and those who can be able to maintain or sustain themselves. At the State University today, the students pull up to learning activity at the university because of the e-portal system. It was one of the reasons why people took time to get registered at the State University, because you have hundreds or over 35,000 people trooping in to register. Whereby in modern time and age like this, you can just sit at the comfort of your home, your offices, and register online. Just we are the one who brought in that system. After students of the University of Liberia were demonstrating, they were finding it difficult to register. Just we are brought in that system. The e-portal system today at the University of Liberia, wherein they are playing with. He started to build a housing unit. It was the means to reduce that wide gap between the underprivileged and those who are serving government. And expand electricity. So George Weah is not one person who want to grip to power. No, he's not one person who want to grip to power. Look at what is happening around here. Look at the total breakdown of the rule of law. Look at where Liberia is today. On somebody who has 42 years of experience. And this puppet took over half a year to appoint his administration's ministers. On ground that he not just want to appoint any kind of people, as minister. So that he took over 6 months to appoint his official. That means there was total scrutiny. Now the people who it took 6 months plus to appoint, these are the people who are a testimony performing. If you now hear corruption in entity X, you hear about corruption in entity Y. And it's just the order of the day. Everybody they're doing everything at their own way. Then you come here to tell us that and team prices and that global thing. No. The issue of the rule of law. President Baga doesn't respect the rule of law. If it was in some kind of country around Africa, by the time Liberia is in war. Because his target is squarely against the opposition. And looking at the immediate past president, George Weah. If you're someone a greater politician, by this time, we're talking something different. You think he could even relinquish power? At least to talk about the glaring total disrespect of the rule of law that is the order of the day on Joseph Boakai. But again, that would be grateful we have George Weah, in our body politics. That is one of the reasons why Manaseri embraced George Weah, because if Manaseri had a desperate opposition during her reign, Manaseri could have had a smooth a government. She couldn't have had a smooth government. Imagine George Weah was the major opposition leader to Manaseri, but he worked under her as peace ambassador. The both of them could see eye to eye. They could embrace each other. They could shake hands. It was because her major opposition or contender was a peaceful-minded person, or he is a peaceful-minded person. So she had a smooth government, and at least there was some disagreement, but they were able to, and see some of those things, and the country was the major focus of their political rivalry. Unlike Joseph Boakai, he doesn't care. He advised and telling you, George Weah, he's scary. I mean, he's scary. So you can do anything, nothing will happen. And so greedy people. The people are too zealous. You can see the zealousness in the people from their actions. You can tell how zealous they are. That's why they want to do everything. At the end of the day, they are doing things that are detrimental to the survivability of Liberians. The other GTMS issue of recent at the National Port Authority. The thing they frown against doing George Weah administration, that the same thing they're hailing today. But we gotta be cognizant that those people are not the people we think they are. Yeah, they are not the people we think they are. So let's take maybe 2 or 3 more calls and call it a day on today's edition of the program. Talk about it. Yes. 2 more or 3 calls and call it a day. This one. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
My name is
Yeah, go ahead quickly. We got much time. Okay, call back, yeah? Let's take this person from line 1. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Ote Sanga.
Yeah, you live. Tell us the name.
Thank you very much. Ote Sanga. This is Spencer Mohammed, and I call from a Popo Corner, down Coast Hill, Wellington community.
Okay.
Otis, thank you very much for your brilliant deliberations. As I sat quietly and I listened to you, I begin to mirror what these guys in power today did in the last 6 years. Otis, in the last 6 years, those gangsters, those criminals that are in power today, they not see anything good in this country. They even went as far as making mockery of development. They begin to tell people, say, that development will eat, even by giving the most needed thing that every lovely father will give to their parents, which is education. When the education of the university was being talked about in the last 6 years, some were very brave to tell us, say, what you call education. And education will eat. Today, they come here today to come sugarcoat things, to tell us a global issue. In the midst of COVID, where President Weah and his team were doing everything to meet the needs of the Liberian people, they castigated him. The day they come to tell us a global issue, those guys are jokers. Okay, if you want to know that these guys are jokers,
so-called against us and loot us. Visit the various ministries today. Go to the various ministries. The napiers of all vehicles are the one you guys are using.
Mm-hmm.
If you come to rescue people and you are doing a vehicle that costs 150,000, what will it be left to rescue the people that you keep to rescue? Today, Liberia is in a dungeon of the dustbin. Thank you. Thank you. You guys will milk this country and leave this country with nothing. But I say thank you. And I also tell President Williams, thank you for giving us the opportunity to see this day today. Thank you, Otis. May God bless Liberia and God bless SPA and the people of Liberia. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us from Winton there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is how I would like to draw the curtains on this edition of the program. Talk about it. Let me squeeze in this press him before I go. Good morning. Yeah, quickly. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, quickly. Go ahead. You're live.
My name is Boma Woodin. I'm doing from my district 13 cabinet this morning.
Quickly.
You see, they don't want to give anything or late for him. You see, they don't want to act like the pregnant rat. Whenever the pregnant rat is eating you, it will be blowing beef for you to not feed it. That's what they don't do.
Okay.
Where were you just few years ago? Until 1 or 2 years ago, when you were here forcing us behind the former President George Weah. Who told Bentola where anywhere rat come from, you will throw rat there.
Mm-hmm.
Who told Bentola that? What you preaching at that time? Which part of the Bible that says that? Which part of the Bible that says the economy in Liberia was in the toilet? Which part of the Bible that says that on the Quran? Which part of the scripture that says when you were preaching yesterday, was it not politics, What brought government to power? What even brought to power? Was it not politics? Do you want to come say we shouldn't talk about in this country? What's happening at Capitol Hill now today, That my district 13, we have been deprived of our district phone. Is it not politics preaching playing at Capitol Hill today between our lawmakers? When someone and your so-called or people, you are denying this place. They are full because of other people sitting by the law. Is it not politics?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You make a point. The government betray us. Yeah, you can lie to come to power, but you can't lie to govern. Yeah. The people flew us through. For us, we continue to align ourselves with a man who believes in the survivability of the Liberian people. Yeah, he did that out of politics. He became president. He demonstrated that his selflessness to the growth and development of this country, Liberia. We will continue to align ourselves with him because we want to see Liberia as the better place for every one of us. Yeah. We don't want to align with liars, liar men. People who will continue to lie to the ordinary people just because they want to grip the power. They have to live a lavish lifestyle, rob big cars, big big homes, and the children and the kids get the best of education outside of Liberia, while the ordinary people continue to suffer. Barely to have 3 square meals a day, good school, and good medical facility. On that note, this is how I like to draw the curtains on this Monday edition of the program. Talk about it. Yeah, with me, Otis, the Mosh Mo Sanka. Asia Ball, we are here, your regular host and presenter, my boss, was unable to be here due to some pressing engagement. But however, I hope to be on tomorrow on the program. So then, have yourself a wonderful time. Keep following the rest of our broadcast.